It's a joy to be able to talk to you again through this video conference and let you know some things that are going on in the Anglican Mission and some things going on in our network. It really begins with this past week. I was in Rwanda. Claudia and me and three other people here from St. Andrews went to Rwanda to honor Bishop John Rushahana in his retirement and to celebrate the enthronement of Bishop Lawrence Mbanda as the new bishop of the Diocese of Shira. And while we were there, it wasn't lost on us that years ago, they were the ones that kind of helped begin this whole movement, for which we are all grateful and thankful. And seeing the growth of the church in Rwanda just reminds me of what we're called to do here in America. And over the last 10 years, there's been a certain way that we've done things, a certain way that we've created networks and been about mission strategy, to be fluid, to be relational, and to do the things that we need to do to bring about the gospel in people's lives. We are now, as you know, embarking on the second missionary journey. And as we look ahead, we've grown quite a bit. And as you grow, there's a need for structures. There's a need for some things that we just have to do in order to kind of cover the different bases. But at the same time, being strong in our understanding of that relational aspect. We want to do everything we can to avoid being just another institution. Now, I've had the opportunity over the past couple of months to move to Dallas, Texas to plant a new church. Never done that before. It's exciting, it's scary, it's hard work, it's fun. And each time you meet a new person, a new contact, you're just excited about casting the vision to kind of see who gets on board. As we begin our second missionary journey, just look at the things that are happening in the mission, that are happening in our network, both the Little Rock network, of which I'm a bishop, and the emerging St. Louis network. And we're seeing opportunities that we've never had before. Now, there's a change financially in the way things are being done in the second missionary journey, and I think you know that. The model for the first 10 years was a great model, getting the booster rocket, getting everything off the ground. But it's really not sustainable for the long run, when most of it was on the shoulders of just a few individuals, primarily Chuck Murphy, the chairman of the Council of Bishops, to raise significant funds. Some $30 million being raised in the first 10 years. But that's not sustainable for one person to be doing that. And that's why now it's being spread throughout all the different networks to find ways for you to raise money through your congregation, your vestry, your leadership team, or whatever it is, because we know that growth is going to happen on the local level. The local people are the ones who get excited about planting a church down the road or across the city or in another place. And we want to use that, and we want to encourage that. And so what the mission has done, as most of you may know by now, is to be able to match through this fiscal year that ends at the end of June, to whatever funds that you can raise through small contributions, large contributions, foundations, part of the budget maybe of your church, or however you want to do it, they're going to be able to match that 2 to 1. For example, if you give $10 a week towards the network growth and funding of church planting, over and above what you give to the local church, that $10 is going to be matched 2 to 1. Now, if you did matching within your local church, imagine how many people would get on board with that, because they're thinking, this is great for the church. What we want to do is encourage people to think outside the box, to think kingdom-minded. What can we do for the whole network? How can we help raise funds so that we can honestly take advantage of this great opportunity through June of matching 2 to 1? Let me give you an example of what's happening in Dallas. As I moved to Dallas, there were some people who were giving financially towards the work above and beyond really their own pledge to the church, and giving to the work of All Saints Dallas to kind of get it started. We're able to use their financial giving to help out the whole network, so that their financial giving that they want to give to All Saints Dallas will still be honored with all integrity, but it can be matched 2 to 1, so that the twice that amount can be given back to the network for other kind of network opportunities, where at the same time that initial gift is still being honored for All Saints Dallas, for example. And so it really works to the benefit of all of us as we're thinking forward in the different areas where we work and serve, in order to plant churches and to support plant churches. Now, this is the first time I've been at a church plant in Dallas, and so I'm seeing more on the ground level what's needed. And it's hard work. I've never worked harder. and it takes a lot of financial resources and spiritual resources and prayerful resources. And we have a gift right now that we've been given by God through the mission through the rest of this fiscal year, that whatever you can ask your congregation to give, or your leadership team or vestries to give, or what you can find out from foundations or from large contributors or small contributors, all that's going to be doubled. And it's a win-win situation. And I know this is November. I know this is stewardship time for your own churches, and this is something that doesn't all have to be decided, before January, but it's something I really want you to pray about and think about, because this opportunity won't be here forever. It's here through the rest of this fiscal year, and but it's a great opportunity for us. So I look forward to this time with you as we continue on the second missionary journey. If you have questions, which you're bound to have, feel free to talk to me or H. Miller at the Anglican Mission Headquarters in Paulish, or David Young, our network leader, or Matthew Mays, the network leader for the St. Louis network, or Clark Lowenfield in the Emerging Houston network, and just to get their opinions and get their insight. And let's do everything we can to take advantage of this great opportunity in this beginning of the second missionary journey.